I'm Will, I'm the Bald Book Geek, and this is the Book to Film Club. Adam at Memento Mori created this, and essentially, for the next 12 months, you read a book, and you watch a film based on the book, or an adaptation of the book. I couldn't do last month, I just ran out of time. I wish I was kidding that I literally ran out of time. But this month, I did Children of Man. I did Children of Men. The film, which I do own on DVD for some unknown reason, and then ended up watching on Netflix. So we'll start with the book. Where do we start? Children have not been born for 25 years. Mankind is facing extinction. You have people harming themselves in the street to repent for mankind's sins. You have an aging population. The world is falling apart. People are taking classes on what to do if they are the last humans left, and what to do at the end. It's bleak. It's all set within England. The story is set into motion simply. Early this morning, 1st of January 2021, 3 minutes after midnight, the last human being born on Earth was killed in a pub brawl in a suburb of Buenos Aires, aged 25 years old, 2 months and 12 days. That sets into motion this story. So I read the book a very long time ago, and I reread it for this, in this little, quite not great condition paperback that I found in a charity shop about 10 years ago. He has to school a woman who's pregnant. Yes, you are reading society crumbling. You are reading everything disintegrating around people. You are watching humanity end. That's what Children of Men to me was about. You are watching humanity end, and you get the details of this world. People throwing baby showers for their animals. They get a new pet and they throw a baby shower. You have this, it's a very weird notion that people are just disintegrating. The undertone of religion throughout this book is also quite strong. It shocked me how much the religious undertone of this novel screamed through. It adds a very interesting back note to it. I enjoyed the writing. I've never read any other books by P.D. James. I think I will have to now. I enjoyed the writing, I enjoyed the characters, I enjoyed these very flawed characters. These characters are not happy, they are not in a good place, and you get that throughout. Theo, one of the main characters, is self-destructive and depressed, but in the best way possible, if there is such a thing. It just goes into this world that they're living in. You realise that the world has changed. I mean, what would we do if we were facing imminent extinction? The world would crumble, things would fall apart, and this is prime example of that. The film, which I'm going to insert here, somewhere over here, is a very strong adaptation. It changes details because it focuses entirely, like the book, it focuses on Theo's perspective, but because of that, things that are outrightly said in the book are only hinted at or shown in the background. It's left to the viewer to find that. You're left to put the pieces together of what's going on. The film has an overall backbone of destruction, of cages, of tightness. It's claustrophobic. This topic, London, is a claustrophobic military zone. London, if you've ever walked through London, it's a big city. You could be on Mars. You hear 1,000 different accents, hear 1,000 different languages. It's a melting pot. London feels vast. You could be on Coruscant in a Star Wars film. It's got that kind of vibe. It's unlike any other city I've ever been to in the world. What you don't get is when you're walking around London now, it's not claustrophobic. I find London very open. Busy, crowded, but open. You feel like you're in a big city. The film portrays London completely differently. It's claustrophobic and it's tight. And you feel like London is London. It's not London that we knew, it's a London that's falling apart. I mean, the acting, I think this film is very underrated. I remember when it came out and I bought it on DVD years ago, and it's still my original DVD copy. It was so underrated, I think. The performances in it, Clive Owen is a phenomenal actor. I haven't seen him in anything for a long time, but he is a very good actor. And Michael Caine playing a pot-smoking hippie is one of the best performances in the entire film. I have to say, I probably watched the film before I read the book originally. And I have to admit, I prefer the film's take on the story. Just because it trims some fat, it tightens the story up slightly. It takes a story that is a little bit all over the place and tightens it. I mean, there's a weird point in this film of flip-flops. I mean, Theo spends most of the film in flip-flops. And I'm not kidding when I say that. He literally spends the second and third act of the film in flip-flops. And it's those little details in the background that pull you in. I would always say that although they share a story and they share characters, and like everything, a film is a different telling of the same story, book, but always from a different way. Some things don't work on screen, but they work in a novel, and vice versa. I would give the book a solid 4 out of 5, and I would actually give the film the same. Both I would sum up as a very interesting, dark story of society's eventual collapse, with a relatively optimistic ending. I will link Memento Mori's video in the bottom of this, and if you guys want to talk, welcome to comment, tell me if you've read it, watched the film, tell me what you think, I'd love to know, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.